Hey guys, I'm Shannon, and welcome to another review episode of Survivor Australia, episode 17. Just talking about this episode, it was great to watch. It was a great episode, but it was also frustrating to watch for me. Simply saying that, good to watch because we got to see people's reactions and emotions come out, and got to see some people doing the right thing. I think passing up their opportunity to have their letter from home to give to somebody else. I think that was really good and touching, and definitely pulled on the heartstrings, and definitely made my girlfriend tear up a little bit, which was good to watch. Just giving her a bit of a shit stir, but I think it was really good. It was good to see that finally we get to see some people get broken down and see some just raw emotion and real emotion come out of people, and it's funny how a game like this can do that to people. And I think being in their shoes, I think I'd probably do the same. I'd probably, I'd be excited to see, to get a letter from home, and to read a story from my best mate or my brother or my girlfriend, and definitely from my son. So I think I would definitely be like them and get worked up. I can be quite an emotional person myself, in situations like that. But in terms of frustration of watching this show, it's taken so many episodes and tribal councils for people to realise who the real threat is in this game, and that's the frustrating thing to see, because it's so easy when you're not going to tribal council. It's so easy to become complacent and to just sit there and just follow and just go with the flow and not have to worry about kicking anyone out, not having to play the game. But you always got to be playing the game, whether you're winning immunity challenges or not. And I think a lot of people have forgotten that in this season, and that's fine. This is our first Australian season back, and to me it's the real Survivor Australia, and this is not, I don't look at this as season 3. This is season 1, the proper one, and people are still learning to play this game, but they've got to start learning quickly. And that goes into my next topic, talking about Sam. I'm just going to go down the line of things that stood out to me in this episode, by the way, and just bring them up. But talking about Sam, he's starting to play the game. We've seen that. Last episode he was playing the game. He wanted to get Nick out. Nick played the idol. And this time he's, we're going after Nick again. So as good as he's doing that, and he's starting to play this game now, he's just playing a little bit clumsy. But you got to remember, people from Sinapu haven't really had to play the game, so they're still going, right? The only people that have been really playing the game really well from Sinapu is the two girls, being Brooke and Flick, right? Those two girls have been on it constantly, but everybody else has been taking a back seat and sort of just been cruising through this game in terms of the Sinapu tribe. But it's good to see him start playing the game now, start working, start making things happen. What's frustrating for me is he's looking at Nick as like someone who's a snake, who's lying. Okay, we know Nick lied. We know he's done these things. We know what people's perception of Nick is. So that would mean that Nick is an easy vote, not a strategic vote, simply because it's easy to get him out. He's not going to be able to snake his way and pull people in if people think he's a liar and he's untrustworthy. So he's just an easy vote. And that's the way I would look at Nick. He's an easy vote. And there are more dangerous fish in that group than Nick. Nick is a fanboy, and he's trying to play this game to the best of his ability. But at the same time, I think he's been overwhelmed with the experience. And I think he's overthinking a lot of his plays, of what he can do. So he needs to, if I was Nick, it's really hard to go from where he is because of where people are, and how they perceive him. And one of those people being Sam is that Sam really doesn't need to go for Nick. He should be going for Brooke or Flick. But it's still good to see that Nick is finally getting in that mindset of, I need to start playing this game now. So that's good. And just touching on the next topic, letters from home and that challenge, it was good to see that that's what they, the winning team would got. It looked like a fun challenge. I definitely would have fun doing that. I think that's a challenge I'd absolutely smash. I don't think, if I was playing that challenge, I don't think anyone would keep up with me. I'm pretty confident in that sense. A lot of physical challenges that this game brings, I think I'd do really well at. Apart from the immunity, which was sitting on the pole for 6 hours. I could probably do that, but not for 6 hours. That's by far incredible. You know what I mean? That's some real mental strength there. But then again, I could maybe so. I don't know. But the letters from home was definitely good because it got to show us the real people in this game, and it was good to see some people just hand off theirs and go, you know what, I'm going to make a sacrifice. I'm not going to have mine. I'd rather someone else have it. They obviously need it more than what I do. And it's hard to say what I would do in this instance, because depending on where I am in the tribe and where I see myself in the tribe, if I know that I'm controlling this game, I'd probably I'd probably take it. But if I'm in a position where I'm not where I want to be in this tribe and I need to sort of get myself up the hierarchy level a bit in this tribe, I would probably hand mine off as the bargain chip in some way and make someone and manipulate someone with that. This sounds pretty harsh when I say it like that, because you're playing with someone's emotions, and real emotions, not just emotions in the game, but real emotions. But then again, we are playing the game of Survivor. So as much as I want to play a good guy, I think at certain points in this game you have to be somewhat of a villain and really play this game. So but it was good to get to see this raw emotion from people. I really enjoyed that part. Going to the pole challenge, yeah, as I said earlier, that's a tough challenge, man. The most physical thing that I've ever done in my whole entire life is train for a Thai boxing fight. And to train for that, you're training 6 days a week, 2 to 3 hours in the gym every day, and all for 15 minutes of a fight, pretty much. And there's so much preparation that goes into that. And I look at that and I go, that pole challenge would be so much harder than having that fight. You know what I mean? It's tough, especially because just the position you're sitting in for 6 hours, it is tough to do that. And especially when they've got to move down and then you've got the bits of extra rope in there to make it harder to actually get your feet and wedge them in there. I don't know how I would sit there for that long, because that is tough, and it's more so that the uncomfortable part of doing that challenge that would really annoy me and shit me off. But my heart did skip a beat, and I must admit, because I am going for Kylie, as much as she hasn't been playing the game smart, I've said, I picked her out from episode 1. If I was to re-pick, which would be unfair to my prediction, I probably wouldn't be going for her right now, but I picked her, so I'm going with her. But yeah, I was like, damn, when her feet almost hit the ground, that was like, I was like, oh, fuck, like shit, that was close. So yeah, that was, I looked and I went, did she touch the ground? Like, I had to re-watch it just to make sure, sort of thing. Because I thought she did, and then the fact that she still kept going, I'm like, maybe someone didn't see that. And then after I rewatched it, I was like, oh no, she didn't. So that was close. That was very close. But I find it funny that Brooke negotiated for her letter from home if she dropped out. To me, that shows somebody's very smart about this game, and she's, even though she's never played the game before, she's very outside the box thinker, because no one else would have thought of that. You know, Lee got, you know, halfway through and didn't think about doing that, you know what I mean? Like, even though he had already seen his letter from home, he could have negotiated for somebody else, you know what I mean? You know, but I think in her mind that she'd beaten herself, and that challenge was not just about beating other people, but beating yourself. And it's very hard to do that simply saying, because it's easy to talk yourself into things or out of things, right? And she would have looked at Kylie and seen that Kylie's just sitting there, not an ounce of discomfort on her face whatsoever. She's not shaking, she's holding on tight, and she would have gone, wow, this chick is hanging on and she's looking better than me. And that's first starting to sell yourself. She's better than me, she's hanging on, she must be stronger than me, she must be fitter than me. All these thoughts are just talking you through letting go, because that's what you really want to do, as much as you're trying to hang in there. And I thought when she looked at her and then went to Jonathan and said, look, oh, can I have my letter from home? And he's like, yeah, if you drop out. So it was like, she's like, well, then I'm getting something out of this if I drop out, so I haven't done this all for nothing. And so to her, it was a win, especially because she knows, you know, she's not going home. So I thought that was a really smart move of her. Talking about the tribal council, and talking about Nick in general, I said this ages ago, back in the early days of this game starting, when Nick first lied about the idol clue. I said in my video that this would be his undoing. This would be something that will come back and bite him in the ass, and it did twice. And because people didn't believe him, and when he had an opportunity to play his game differently with this next idol, you know, he stuffed it completely. But then again, it's hard to see what avenues he could go down, because he had just already caused all this much drama, not just with lying, but just constantly going on about who got him out and making a big drama about it. He let his emotions get to him, and I said that in my videos as well, that he's a very emotional guy. He's gonna let his emotions control his gameplay, and it did. It ruined him. It was his downfall. He was his own worst enemy at the end of the day, and you can't really blame anyone else for that. He has himself to blame. He had a checklist of things he wanted to get done. 9 out of 10 he got. The last thing is winning the game. If Nick plays the game again, I reckon he would have a chance of winning, simply because he'll rewatch his whole season and go, you know what, yeah, I was probably too emotional. You know, I need to think better. And I think he would definitely become a better player. But yeah, again, it was his undoing, and it was good to see that he finally got out. Now, in terms of, because he's the first member of our jury now, it's depending on who gets to the end, they really have to sell the idea. What he wants to hear, and he said it in his jury video that he uploaded, he said, oh, I just want to, if people are going to sell their story to why they think they should win this show, I want them to admit their mistakes. Pretty much what he's saying is, I want you to admit that you done wrong by me and you'll have my vote. That's what I would think that is. Because essentially, if you're in the end, the final two, then you've done everything right to get there. In my opinion, you've done everything right to get to that final two and win the show. So I think whoever gets it, if it's Sue, or if it's, you know, I highly doubt it, but Sam, or, you know, anyone else, JL, that's done bad by him, he'll just want to hear that they stuffed up when they, like, for not playing with him in that sense. But then again, he's going to be only one person out of the whole jury, and maybe his vote at the end of the game won't really matter anyways. But yeah, it sucks. I wish it was somebody else. As I said, people should be targeting Brooke, Flick, Elle. You know, I believe if you take out one of those girls, you're going to go far into this game from now on. But the sad thing is though, is because Nick exposed the alliance, and Kate did it too, and that's why I'm getting frustrated, because I'm like, it's been exposed, why aren't people seeing this? Why are people just following this? Hit them hard, go after them, make them cause drama between those girls. It's not hard to do, right? It's very simple. It's very simple to get people paranoid out there. But they've got to break that trio up, because if they don't, they're just going to run all over people, and that's where people should be focusing. Not Nick. Nick was an easy vote. Nick, yeah, he deserves to go home because he's playing a woeful game, in my opinion. But there are bigger fish in the sea. For the majority of players in this game right now, the biggest and the dangerous players are the three girls. For the three girls, the dangerous players in their game are the stronger physical players, like Sam, like Lee, like even Elle being on their in their alliance, and Brooke showing that she's strong, Kylie. But these people, Sam, Kylie, and Lee, have the potential to beat these girls highly, especially Kylie. And I said this from episode 1. Kylie is somebody I would alliance myself with. Depending on how this game would go, I would get Kylie out straight after the merge. I'd make it a mission to get her out if I was on her team, right? But in saying that, with watching how the show's gone now, if I was in the game now and seeing how everything's going, I would obviously keep her and break up the alliance, then get her out. Simply because Kylie has, she has that really down-to-earth Aussie feel that connects with a lot of people. And same with like Lee and same like Sam. Those three people will be dangerous to sit next to in the final two. So that's just my analysis of it all, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I think it's gone a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'd like to say thank you for checking out my channel. It's not a big channel. I don't plan on being a big channel. It's just something I'm doing because I have a passion for Survivor. But I'm going to keep uploading, so keep watching if you like. Please like and share the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.